Okay, all right, so I wasn't able to trade today. I was on a golf course the whole day, so we're gonna do a quick market review. Let's see what happened today. I didn't see it either, so we're gonna go through it. I'm also gonna go through it for the first time. So that's a full hour. Let's see. Green, 60 minutes. Well, let's check first here. Is there something? Let's check the daily. If there's a gap in there, there's no gap. Okay. Okay, so we had that expansion, then this wedge, like that's the pattern traders would say that's a wedge, broke out to the upside, took out all of these levels, right? No clear or strong draw to the upside, so longing further, a bit risky. So now would anticipate a mitigation back into that here. Let's see, that was 600. I already put it to 930, by the way. Okay, we have a small gap in here. Hourly busy. Small gap in here. Relative equal lows down here. Took out trend liquidity already. Hourly big one is in here as well. I'm not gonna mark that up just yet. 15-minute relative equal lows again. I'm gonna mark up that one. Let's see, is there a gap in there? There is no gap. Okay, so 15-minute we have this one, and down here as well. All right, so looking at the 50-minute, we are overextended. We took out major highs. We already took out trend liquidity. I would technically could look for trend liquidity here, right? But I would probably not look for longs on that day. And shorts, we do have clean sell side levels, but technically 50-minute trend, 5-minute trend, hourly trend, everything's bullish still. So shorting is also not too great of an idea, but let's see what played out today. We'll see. All right, that's the 5-minute and 1-minute. Okay, so we took out lunch high. Let's see the sessions here real quick. Okay, so we took out London lunch high, relative equal lows down here. That's a really clean level, so I would probably anticipate to short into that after a Judas of some sort, maybe. Yeah, well, we already mitigated into the 5-minute here. Let's mark that up real quick. But maybe we could see a Judas taking out that high and then going lower into these relative equal lows. That would be nice. Damn, these candles are crazy at the moment. Like, there's no news whatsoever here. It's wild. All right, damn. Okay, first candle was wild. Took out that one. So, okay, bro. After seeing these two candles, even these 3 candles here, like, you could already say, okay, what the fuck is going on, right? You don't want to see something like that. Okay, then we dropped heavily, took out sell side. You were not able to trade that. These were also already mitigated. Bro, just fucking enter key. Okay, the hourly is not mitigated yet, and that small one neither, so we could look for mitigation into that, but the first one is being mitigated now. And then instant mitigation. Okay, so that was, everything was mitigated, took out sell side. We still have relative equal lows down here, so I guess shorts would be valid, but I would not look for longs because there are no draws here whatsoever. Let's see, I would short if we, well, I would probably not short, but the only short setup would be if we inverted that to the downside, right? That would be a continuation, but because of the 50-minute and hourly busy and the first London down here, I would have probably not even short if that was the case, and that was not the case. Okay, we inverted the first AM. I would not long again. We took out the relative equal highs. Yes, we do have old daily highs, but this is not the cleanest setup, you know, not the cleanest draw either. But that would technically be a Judas swing to the downside, and then you could look for these levels, but these are like really not strong liquidity. But if you entered, that would have been the candle here. Stop would have been half of this candle. You would have reached your break-even point here, or maybe even first target, right? So maybe first target off and break even, and then you would have been kicked with break even, right? So that was the only possible trade, but I probably wouldn't have taken that. And then nothing really happened, right? We came back down, but that's also nothing I would trade here. It really needs to continue immediately if I short that. And then we eventually went for the sell side down here. That could be a potential, yeah, here. That was the potential extreme weakness setup, right? So we inversed it to the upside, reclaimed it to the downside. That's a pretty crazy draw. But in that candle, when you see, okay, that's crazy weak, you could enter at that level here. Stop goes here, and then maybe main portion or first target is the relative equal lows, and then you could also look for London lunge lows of yesterday, which is also aligning with the high of the 4 hourly, and then maybe lower. But let's see. Okay, wouldn't have worked out here. Maybe you could have already gone break even. That was not good. Yeah. But that was, in my opinion, that would have been a valid short here, definitely. And it probably will eventually work out, yeah. Okay. But that was a shitty market, and that was also 10:30, so I technically wouldn't have traded anymore. So yeah, I missed nothing, and I hope you didn't lose today. And that's it. Enjoy your weekend. Learn something from the charts of that week. Go watch my other videos, and have a good one. We'll see each other on Monday. Take care.